Hello. Yo, how's it going? How you doing? It's me, your favorite part-time goth mom, and I just got scammed. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you in short already, because I know attention span isn't really a thing anymore with like the current situation, and there's a million things going on right now, and there's like a Christmas tree in the background. Don't get distracted by the Christmas tree. Don't make the Christmas tree a topic. I dare you, because I know what you did today. You did some doom scrolling today, didn't you? I know. I always know. Always. No, in all honesty, I didn't get around to deconstructing the entire tree, because, you know, there's a lot of things going on. I'm in the middle of like renovating rooms and moving rooms, since there's chairs lying around and a Christmas tree lying around, but it's not about that. That's not the point. So what exactly happened? My entire Team Fortress 2 inventory has been stolen. It's just gone. Everything and all of it. Things I have collected since like 2013, since I was a little goober. I've just yitus deletus gone forever. Also, I'm getting rid of these glasses. I need them. I'm a little bit blind and everything's a little blurry, but like the fluffin light rays and stuff, they annoy me, and I think it's distracting people, and like that's not what we need right now. I know I'm like doing jokes and maybe doing some funny little edits, but this is absolutely not a funny situation for me, and I'm very serious when I say this. It's just my way of dealing with the situation and my way of like coping somehow, you know, laughing about it and humor and stuff, but it's absolutely not funny. It's super disgusting and sly, and I just wanted to do this video as, of course, the kind of coping thing, you know, to, I don't know, have a closure with the situation, but also, you know, do anything in my power to warn as many people as I can, as I honestly haven't heard of this kind of thing before, or haven't like experienced it or seen it in other people, but you know, I'm gonna get to that a little later. And another big reason is this is like a universal thing. It doesn't matter if you're like in the TF2 sphere or CSGO or any other game, Roblox, or it doesn't necessarily have to do with gaming. It can be like phone provider. Even walking on the street, people can like approach you and, I don't know, try to social engineer you to give you your social security number or something like that. So anyways, I've been playing TF2 for super long while, like ever since 2013, since I was a little goober, and recently I've been just falling back in love with the game, having a really good time and wholesome moments, meeting really cool people, and it's just been super nice coming back home after work and just unwinding and calming down from other different stress environments in my life. Hence why I'm glad you only see this corner of the room and not the other corner. Anyways, I met a person. You can already feel the feels where this is going. But 3 weeks ago, I met a person via match, and they sent me a friend request, and they were really kind and sweet, and they were like, hey, if you ever want to hang out, just message me, and it's been a really fun game, and, you know, hanging out sometime would be nice. You know, after 2 weeks, they messaged me and were like, yo, you want to play and stuff, but I wasn't available at the time, and they were like, yeah, that's okay. So nothing really happened there. And then recently, that was on Monday, they messaged me again and asked me again, hey, you want to have a little play session? And I was like, yeah, sure, let's hang out and play some games, it'll be fun. And then they said they were just gonna, you know, chill a little bit and then message me later when they got time. And then a little later, they messaged me again and they said like, if I'm like good to play and stuff, and they're gonna be ready in a little while. They're just like waiting for a friend. And then they said, oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun party and I'll add you to the voice chat if that's okay. And I was like, I was taken a little off by that, but I didn't really think much of it because I actually met like a real life online friend, like first online friend and then real life friend, kind of like that as well. So it was a little weird, but it didn't give me any like red flags or anything like that. What's also relevant, I think this person was presenting as a girl as well. So she said to me, yeah, just send me over your Discord and I'll add you to the voice chat. And then I was just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for over half a fluffing hour, and her response was,
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just waiting for my friend because we have some problems and stuff.
Okay. You know, to be honest, it didn't really weird me out too much that they kept me waiting. Of course, it was annoying, but you know, sometimes I do that to people as well because I have bad time management. Oops. Sometimes. Not all the times, only sometimes. And then I got a call in the Discord and I added the voice chat, and there were 4 people in the voice chat. It was the girl who invited me, then another person who wasn't saying anything, then there was one person who was saying something, and then there was another person who was saying something and had their camera on. And both of those people were super inviting, super friendly, super sweet. They were like, yo, how are you doing? And how did you get here? And what happened? And they didn't know anything. I just appeared and they asked like, why are you here? How have you come here? And I told them, you know, this person in your call invited me here. And they were like, oh yeah, they, like a friend of theirs couldn't make the play session today, so they had to find a replacement, and I'm the replacement. And the one person who had their camera on was a Twitch streamer, and he was saying he has his live stream on and stuff, and if I want to, I can, you know, join his live stream. And then he went ahead and introduced himself in the live stream and introduced his friend, and then introduced me as well. And I was just sitting there super overwhelmed. I was like, what the float? I just got here. There's a person streaming here and what is happening? And all of a sudden I'm introduced in like a live stream and what's happening? And then they were saying, yeah, they wanted to play like a sixes match. So in Team Fortress 2, there's like a competitive game mode, but they didn't want to play the casual mode because of stream snipers and all of that, and they wanted to play around with a fellow friend team, a friendly match, if I wanted to, you know, participate with that, and they wanted to play via Faceit. A lot of you probably know Faceit from CSGO, maybe some of you who know Team Fortress 2 back in the bot crisis when Faceit advertised themselves as like an alternative, but it didn't really work out and turn out that good. But basically they asked me to like, hey, if you want to play with us, you gotta create like a Faceit account. And I remembered I used to have a Faceit Team Fortress 2 account, but I never used it ever. So I was like, okay, I might have to reactivate it. And they said like, yeah, go ahead and do that. And meanwhile, they're gonna wait. And the other team's also just waiting for some friends. So he just told me, yeah, go on the Faceit website and just log back into your account and blah, blah, blah. And then I logged into my account after numerous things like changing your password, going into your emails and stuff. And then I looked at the Faceit menu website, and I've never seen such an aggravating and stupidly designed website. I don't know what kind of smooth brain designed this, but I want to carve some grooves into their head so they can have the cognitive ability to go through the pain that I went through using their floofing website. Another guy without the webcam asked me to add him as a friend so he can add me to his little team. And then the streamer guy who had his camera on asked me to go on his stream and click like a widget for a show match or anything that he sometimes does. And if I want to, I can leave a follow on his account. And then I looked at his account, and that was a thing that put me off a little bit, but I was so overwhelmed. I didn't have time to think anything weird by it. He had 20,000 followers, but his chat was super quiet and there weren't any subscriber badges or emotes or anything like that. I'm like, okay, weird, but he kind of just now started the live stream, so I didn't think much of it. I had a little bit of pressure because they were waiting on me to, get the thing going. So I tried to do it their way and log into the Faceit account and tried to get my account approved, but Faceit didn't want to approve my account. Basically, Faceit thought I was a bot account because my inventory is over a certain amount of euros or something like that, and they think, I'm doing some illegal, I don't know. It's stupid. The whole website is stupid. The system is stupid. I don't understand. So there I was, sitting there, frustrated, and they were like, what's the problem? If they can help. And they asked me to screen share the browser window to see what's going on and if I can help. And then I did that. And they said like, oh yeah, they had this problem before with their friend that couldn't play today. So what I have to do is just write a quick message to the Faceit support chat to wait for somebody to answer. And then I received an answer, and basically Faceit support said, yeah, in order to play, you have to take most of your items, so you're under the amount, and put in a Steam trade offer to a second account that you own, but don't approve the trade offer, so your items aren't transferred to the other account. It works if the trade offer thingy is still pending, so the items are basically stored in the Steam server, but they are not in your inventory and they are not in the inventory of your second account. And because I was having so much trouble with fluffing Faceit's intuitively designed websites, just chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss is most nasty of all the smooches.
They asked me, hey, if you want to, you can screen share. And then I screen shared because I was just so frustrated. And then they tutorialed me through the process. And they said like, yeah, just go open your Steam and look at your second account. Oh, is this your second account? Yeah, just pick that, put in the trade offer, use the application for like quick trades so you can swoop your items back over, apply the trade. And now you just have to approve it via your Steam app. By the way, this took such a long time because firstly, Steam servers were lagging. The Faceit website itself was lagging and they were having server problems. Even the support guys said it themselves. Don't be frustrated if it doesn't work on the first attempt because their servers are currently exploding their bowels into the toilet or something like that. I don't know, but it just took a long time. And then I looked at my phone and I received the trade notification, and all of a sudden I got 2 notifications. I was like, huh? And then I said I got 2 notifications, and I tried to go on the first notification and approve it, but that didn't work. It just showed me an error message over and over again. And then I went on the second trading request, and then I pressed also approve this thing. And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, your thingy got approved and stuff. And I was in the middle of saying something, and then all of a sudden, yay, your thing worked. Your trade offer got approved. And then I expressed that. I said, yeah, my trade offer just got approved, but the Faceit website is still loading and pending. And all of a sudden, I just hear a Discord disconnect. I got kicked out of the voice chat. I immediately got blocked by the person who invited me. I immediately got the friendship canceled on the Faceit website. And I got kicked out of this group thingy via Faceit, and just total radio silence. And then I sat there and I was like, what the floof happened? Did I Did I do something wrong? Did I piss them off? Was this my fault? Did I take too long? What was happening? And I still had their person on Steam, and I texted them, hey, I got kicked out. Is everything okay? I'm sorry if I did anything wrong. And then I slowly realized, okay, they must have kicked me out on purpose. At first, I thought they just were too impatient. I couldn't get the thing to work. They thought like, okay, this incompetent little goober couldn't get the thing to work, so just kick her out and come back with your other friend or something like that. So in the end, I was just floofing pissed, and then I went to bed, but I couldn't sleep because this just made me restless and something didn't feel right. So I just climbed out of bed again, and then I went onto my PC, turned my PC on, and looked at my inventory, and something wasn't right. I only had a fraction of the items left that I had before, and I was like, oh no, they got sent to my other account because I accidentally approved the thing. So then I tried to log into my other account, but that didn't work because it's a super old account. It was the first account that I ever created, and I didn't know the username to that anymore. So after an hour of trial and error, I couldn't get the thing to work. And then I put in a Steam support ticket for it and explained my situation, what happened, that I can't log into my account, and if they can help me log back into my old account to see if the items are still there. But I still didn't want to let it go. It still bothered me this much that I just tried to brute force it, searched all of my old emails and looked into my documents if I can find old passwords and stuff. And I actually found the password and the account name for it. And I logged into my account, and I was just so relieved. I looked at the inventory and nothing. Nothing. I immediately started to feel the feels at the trade request that I sent out, and then I noticed that there were 2 trade requests. That's why I got so confused. Why were there 2 notifications back when I looked at my phone? And then I saw the name of my second account is wrong. I got the name of the second account, but it was put in brackets, but I didn't notice that before. And then it dawned on me. Meanwhile, while I was trying to figure the thing out, one of them made a spoof account of my second account, put a name difference in there, and sent me another trade request. And that was what the second notification was. So it was basically a 50-50 chance, a coin flip of picking the right notification. Either my safe own account or the spoof account. And yeah, can already guess what happened. And then I was like, what can you do in this situation? Can you reverse it or anything? So I opened Steam support. I went into my already opened support ticket and put in an update, updating them on the situation and explaining to them what I explained to you, how this entire thing happened and how it exactly happened and what has happened. I've been playing this game since 2013. I've collected so many items. Like, by all means, it wasn't a rich account or anything. I never had a budget over 1,000 euros or something like that. But there are just so many items with so many memories, hats that I wore over basically my entire upbringing. And it's been with me for my entire life up until this point. And I just lost all of it, everything. And then I waited for an answer from Steam support. And this is what I got for an answer. Unfortunately, Steam does not restore scammed, lost, or stolen items for any reason. We would have to duplicate them, and that would affect our market. Don't get scammed. Lol. And the worst part is, the thing I am most upset about is myself. I just feel so stupid and silly that I was so gullible and trustworthy. And you know, this wasn't the first time I got scammed as well. I got scammed as a kid as well and got a lot of items stolen too, but I was a little goober back then. And now you would think, as an adult, something like this could never happen to me. it could never happen to me. And yeah, honestly, somewhere in there's a fault of mine as well. But I have to say, I know a different side of gaming and the internet as well, even nowadays. But back then, I used to play Xbox, even Xbox Live Chat, which is it's something, alright?
I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick Hospitality. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your
But even then, I made real-life friends through there, and I have to say, it wasn't nearly as dangerous as it is nowadays. Compared to nowadays, back then, it was safe. But now this was a new level. I never thought it could come this far, but, you know, we have AI, but not much of this was created by AI. Maybe besides the fact that our little streamer guy, me realizing after the fact that he probably botted his accounts with 1 million followers, like his 20,000 followers, and he was like pretending to be the friendly streamer guy and gain your trust and stuff. But this has been a new level of just evil, sly, and slimy, and just downright disgusting. I have no words to describe it. And with this video, I just wanted to, of course, tell my story, but also say it can happen to anyone, anywhere. Like I said, no matter if it's in gaming, no matter if it's in real life. So please, 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 please be careful of yourself and be careful of your friends and look out for them and look out for yourself. Do not immediately trust people online, no matter how sweet, no matter how nice they are, no matter what they say to you, no matter what kind of keys they jangle in your face, no matter what nom-noms they juggle in your face. Just no weird internet strangers for you, even if they're nice and kind. No. Just no. Shush. No. And I'm not saying be a floofing goblin and be mean to people immediately and dismiss them. Just be very cautious and careful. And it's just so sad because it ruins wholesome interactions you could have had. And I don't know what kind of pathetic human being you have to be to lower yourself to that level and put this much amount of effort into scamming people in an ages-old game. So this is my thank you to my items and TF2 and my goodbyes, because obviously it is never going to be the same again. And this is basically what I have left. Just a couple of cases, just stuff that is not tradable or marked as not tradable. A couple of Halloween stuff, but basically nothing. I don't know if anybody successfully made it through my rambling and yapping and stuff, but if you did, thank you so much. Seriously, I really hope to be back with some more positive stuff real soon. I'm in the middle of like renovating and moving rooms, and I'm gonna do a little hobby room downstairs, and there's gonna be a kitchen in there, so I hope to do some kitchen streams and gaming streams and hangouts and stuff over on Twitch and over here as well. So you better do some hanging out with me and playing games and cooking and stuff. And also a little message to the scammers. I hope you have fun with my childhood items and everything that I got, because I'm going to put a hex on you. I'm going to make it so all of your toenails and all of your nails on your hand are always going to be ingrown, slowly but surely, forever and ever, and it'll never stop. It'll always ache and it'll always hurt whenever you try to get rid of them and cut them off forever. And also, I'm going to cast tungsten balls.